The modern stay-at-home boyfriend, redefining roles. Ever wondered what it would be like to be a stay-at-home boyfriend? Sounds unconventional, right? But with more couples redefining roles, this isn't as rare as you might think. In fact, the number of men taking on supportive domestic roles has been rising fast. But is society ready to accept this shift, or is the idea of a stay-at-home boyfriend still too taboo? Let's break it down. Being a stay-at-home boyfriend isn't just about staying home. It's about adopting a supportive role that challenges traditional norms. This isn't about taking the easy route or avoiding a career. It's about making a conscious choice to support a partner's ambitions, handle household tasks, and be an active, engaged presence in a relationship. And it's gaining traction, especially among younger couples who don't feel bound by the traditional breadwinner model. But while this role is becoming more visible, it's still met with mixed reactions. Some people see it as forward-thinking, a step toward equality in relationships. Others? They think it's lazy, unmanly, or even a failure to live up to expectations. So what's really going on here? Why do some men embrace this role, and what's the reality of their daily lives? Let's dive deeper into what it means to be a stay-at-home boyfriend, and why, despite the benefits, it's not always an easy path. One of the biggest challenges stay-at-home boyfriends face? The constant judgment. Society tends to box people into specific roles, and when someone steps outside those boundaries, eyebrows are raised. The idea of a man choosing to stay home while his partner works full-time can seem like a reversal of everything people are used to seeing. Men are often taught to measure their worth by their professional success, their ability to provide. And if they're not the primary breadwinner, then they're seen as somehow less than. This leads to questions from family, friends, and society at large. So, when are you getting a real job? Isn't it tough to rely on someone else for money? These questions carry assumptions. Assumptions that a man's value is tied to his paycheck, that success is about earning more than his partner, or that anything less is, well, not enough. These pressures create tension, not just for the men themselves, but also for the relationship as a whole. Let's look at some of these common stereotypes that can make life tough for stay-at-home boyfriends. One major stereotype is that stay-at-home boyfriends are freeloaders or slackers. There's a widespread belief that they're just kicking back all day, playing video games, and living off their partner's hard work. But for many stay-at-home boyfriends, that couldn't be further from the truth. Their role often includes handling household tasks, managing finances, taking care of any kids or pets, and basically running the day-to-day life of the home. It's real work, and it requires planning, effort, and skill. Some even treat it as their full-time job, creating structure and goals for themselves just like they would in any other profession. Another stereotype is that a man can't possibly be fulfilled or happy if he's not out conquering the world professionally. But here's the thing, happiness and fulfillment aren't one size fits all. Some men find immense satisfaction in supporting their partner, being there for their family, and managing the home. The key here is that it's a choice. When a couple decides together what roles suit them best, it can actually strengthen their relationship. The stay-at-home boyfriend role isn't about rejecting ambition, it's about aligning priorities. Let's hear from a few real people who live this lifestyle. One stay-at-home boyfriend, we'll call him Jake, shares his experience. People think I'm giving up on a career, but the reality is that I'm enabling my girlfriend to pursue hers full throttle. We decided that it makes sense for me to manage our household, so she doesn't have to stress about those things. It's teamwork. For Jake, his role isn't about submission or laziness. It's about building a life together in a way that works for them both. Now, here's where it gets interesting. A recent study showed that in relationships where one partner takes on a supportive, stay-at-home role, couples often report higher satisfaction. Surprising, right? The reason is that without the constant tug-of-war over traditional roles, couples find it easier to communicate, support each other's goals, and even balance their mental health. When a man takes on a stay-at-home role, he's actually contributing to his partner's success and well-being in significant ways. The turning point comes when society recognizes that fulfillment and success don't have to look the same for everyone. For Jake and others like him, redefining masculinity to include domestic roles isn't a step back, it's a step forward. It's saying that you don't need to be boxed into a particular role to be a real man. For some couples, this dynamic works because it's about what each partner needs, not about meeting outside expectations. To wrap things up, being a stay-at-home boyfriend is much more than just a role reversal. It's a conscious, mutual decision that many couples find incredibly rewarding. The challenges? They're real: societal judgment, outdated stereotypes, and even questions from friends and family. But for those who embrace it, the rewards often outweigh the criticism. By focusing on each other's needs and ignoring societal expectations, they create a life that feels right for them. So, whether it's managing household responsibilities, supporting a partner's career, or redefining success, stay-at-home boyfriends are paving the way for new possibilities in relationships. Think you know someone who would benefit from hearing this? Share your thoughts on stay-at-home roles below, and be sure to catch our next video on the evolving dynamics of modern relationships.